Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's comedy show, Mack Daddy, broadcasting in California and presented by our special guest, comedian and actor, Mackenzie Joseph.
Hey, how are you doing tonight? I can hear you. How are you doing tonight? Wonderful, wonderful. To get started, let me tell you a secret. I wasn't trained to become an actor. I was born to be an actor. I wasn't trained to become a comedian. I was born to be a comedian. I wasn't trained to become a writer. I was born to be a writer. But once I tried to become a gigolo, I get my butt kicked. You know, I never believe in conspiracy theories. There are many conspiracy theories out there, but I never believe in any of them. All of a sudden, COVID-19 showed up, and that grabs everybody's attention. I remember schools, businesses, everything went down, and that grabs everybody's attention. This pandemic took over 3 million lives all over the world, and that grabs everybody's attention. The funny part was, everywhere I went, I saw people wearing different type of masks, and I feel like I was leaving a Halloween party. I was working for a casting agency, and one day, I received a call from them. They say, Mr. Mackenzie, we have a new movie coming that we would like you to participate, but in order to work for us, you need to pass the PCR test. I said, okay. But I never knew what the PCR test was until I get to the laboratory. The PCR test is a process in getting a swab in your nose, get the sample, take the sample to the laboratory, then determine if you have COVID or not. When I get to the lab, something was bugging me. Then I asked the lady, Miss, can you please tell me how many people came today for the PCR test? Then she said, today we had 500 people, and tomorrow we are expected to have 1,000. After saying that, I thought to myself, oh my God, is this really a conspiracy theory? Then I say, okay, I will take the PCR test. But before taking the test, can you please let me read the instruction on the package you're going to use to make the PCR test? She said, okay. The idea of reading the instruction on the package was, if there was anything wrong, I could stop the process. But when she gave me the package, next things I know, it was all in Chinese. I could not understand anything. Then I say, Miss, how come this product is not made in Mexico? or the United States? Then she said, all the products that we had to treat COVID-19, they all came from China. For Christ's sake, where the pandemic came from? As I had no other option, I said, okay, I'm taking the PCR test. But once she finished with the PCR test, I went straight to the restroom, opened the faucet, poured a bunch of water in my nose like crazy, sneezing out. Then when I was over, I looked myself in the mirror and said, hell no, that's not going to be my story. Speaking of conspiracy theories, they said it wasn't a pandemic, it was a plandemic. It is very common in Mexico to see a young girl, a single young girl, having 2 or 3 children for different fathers. Most of the time, the reason is the girl's parents are gold diggers. When their plans is not working on one guy, they send their daughter to try another guy. I received another phone call from my casting agency to act in another movie. And when I get to the office, next to me was a very beautiful lady. And I could not help myself talking to her. I say, hi, my name is Mackenzie Joseph. What's your name? She said, my name is Maria. I said, wow, Maria, it's such a beautiful name. Where are you from, Maria? She said, I'm from California. I said, how do you like it so far? She said, oh, I love it. I said, Maria, are you married, single, or divorced? Then she replies, I'm not married. I don't have any girlfriend or boyfriend, but I have 5 kids, and they eat a lot. Next thing Maria heard from me was, sorry, Maria, I think I will pass this time. When I was going to the action scene, I saw Maria speaking with another man. She probably trying to convince him to take care of her 5 kids. Men and women are like cats and mice. They like playing games. The cat is chasing the mouse, and the mouse is running for its life. And that's exactly what happened in our society. When I was in London town, I was all by myself. So I decided to go over the internet looking for romance. On the dating site, I met a gorgeous woman. She was from Lithuania. And we decided to go on a date. For our first date, I took her to a very nice restaurant. When I say to a very nice restaurant, take a guess. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Our second date was going dancing. That was the best part. Because when you go dancing, after dancing, anything can happen. And that's exactly what happened between us, because we had a great time together. As they said, try black and always come back. After that, she kept calling me. One day, she called me and said, "Why don't you come over my place?" I said, "Okay." And when I went to her place, she got a very nice appetizer for me. And after eating the appetizer, we were ready for action again. In the middle of action, I heard a knock at the door. When she went to see who it was, all I could remember was her scary face coming back to me saying, "That's my husband. Get under the bed right now." I tried to hide myself under the bed though, but there was no enough of space. So I decided to face the man. When the men get inside, next things I know, I get my butt kicked. You see, they like playing games. Speaking of men and women, not all of them like to play games. You know, my latest girlfriend was from Chicago. She was very pretty. Blue eyes, blonde hair. We were connected to each other. We were in love. And one day she came to me, she said, "Mack, I have something that I need to get off my chest, and you need to know that." I said, "What is it?" She said, "Honey, I used to be a porn star and a man hater." I look at her and say, "Honey, don't you worry. I used to be a gigolo and a womanizer." You see, when she said to me she used to be a porn star and a man hater, she was expecting me to be upset. But I wasn't. Why should I? Everybody got a pass. A friend of mine came from New York City visiting with me in California. I took her to a very nice restaurant, giving her the news. I said, "Friend, my girlfriend is having a baby. And that's my first child. And the good news is, that's a boy." She said, "You having a boy? Wow! Congratulations, Mack. You always wanted to have a boy. But a boy? Wow! What's the secret? How did you do that?" Then I look at her and said, "To be honest with you, I did it as hard as I could." Yes, I did it as hard as I could. You should try. You know, there is a lot of confusion when you speak a language. I have been traveling the world and I speak 4 languages. But speaking a language is not enough, because even when you speak a language and you travel to another country that speak the same language, sometimes it might be confused. When I went to Spain, I was so excited to practice my Spanish, my Mexican Spanish. And I remember it was late at night. It was midnight. I came from a nightclub in Madrid. And when I was going back home, I was so hungry and I was starving. And I saw a restaurant open. Then I went to the restaurant and I saw a waiter standing there. I say, "Sir, is the service still open?" In Spanish, to say that, you got to say, "Señor, ¿tiene servicio?" So next things I know, the waiter punching his finger out to the restroom outside, saying to me, "El servicio está afuera, señor," which means in English, the service is outside. If I say that in Mexico, at a restaurant, they will say yes or no, because I was referring if they're still open. If I say that in America, they will do the same thing too. But in Spain, servicio, in that case, means to them the bathroom. How crazy was that? How crazy was that? And I was about to experiment another crazy things. When I traveled to Bolivia, I had a friend over there. Her name is Jacqueline, and she was talking to a little girl by saying, "That kid is bien pendeja." Pendeja in English means dummy. And she kept saying it. "That kid is bien pendeja," which means in English, that kid is so dummy. Then I get upset. I say, "Could you please stop? You're going to traumatize the kid." She said, "What are you saying?" I say, "Look, pendeja, pendejo in Mexico means dummy, dummy. So you're going to traumatize the kid." And she said, "No. Pendejo, pendeja here in Bolivia mean super smart." My name is Mackenzie Joseph. That's the story of my life. Thank you. Thank you.